Good to go. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. So welcome back. It's been a month.
Yeah.
It's been a hot month.
And change. I
And
think.
change.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a really quick recap of what we did last game so that everybody's kind of on the same page. And then we can get right into what's going on
Excellent.
now. So last session, we started the game by the team was in a safe house after a mission that had gone bad. They had pulled some information and essentially as they were trying to leave, some people showed up, tried to kill them. They were branch 9, or they were 9 operatives, and then they were able to escape to a safe house, but that belonged to, I believe, Sal was the person who had provided the safe house.
Yeah.
And then while they were there, some guys showed up in a helicopter. They jumped off of roofs to escape. They wound up crashing a car, stealing a car, crashing another car, stealing another car. There were a lot of
I
cars.
blew up a helicopter. Let's not forget.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
With the yes, there was a rocket launcher that was in the safe house that let's see, that Iris had, who then blew up a helicopter. Yes. And then so far they've realized they'd been being tracked and decided that they were going to meet with the person that was tracking them, who was Lena, Lucida Sandoval's daughter. And they know about Lucida, but they didn't know, what is this connection between Lena and Lucida? Like, what are they doing? And so they were going to kidnap Lena to interrogate her. But when they met with her, it was a setup on both sides. And they got into a firefight with Lena's goons. They took those guys out, but Lena ran away. And right before the very end, CB, essentially Travis, had spent a inspiration to say that the whole plan all along was to put a tracker on Lena and bug her, essentially. So that's where we are. They have left. They were that blowout happened in Central Park. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with, you guys are leaving Central Park.
Okay.
All right. So I assume we had a car stashed nearby. Sounds like a good place to maybe reconvene, plan ahead, and discuss the next steps.
All right.
Sure. But can it be like something ridiculous, though, like a soccer mom car that we stole?
Not if I have anything to say about that.
She wants the hot rod or the Tesla.
Oh my gosh, I was totally steal a Tesla. Can you even hotwire a Tesla?
I don't
Maybe
know.
if you have like a hacking skill, maybe, because it's electric, right?
Yeah.
If you're brave enough, you can hotwire anything.
Yeah, I don't. I assume that as long as you can get a starter to work, that, like, I don't know how the new keyless cars that have like the remote start, like they're just a key as a remote. Like, I don't know how you hotwire those cars.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it'd be very difficult because I think it has effectively a RFID chip in the key, so you'd have to trick or
is it
circumvent.
RFID or is it Bluetooth? I don't know actually.
Yeah.
What the technology is.
What
I just know that it has a battery.
It has a thing.
I just assume that if your technology skill is high enough, you already know.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's what skills are for.
There's a widget that you have to.
Right. So yeah. I mean, if somebody really wants to steal a Tesla, or a smart car, I feel like those, or maybe not the tiny smart cars, but
I was just thinking, wouldn't it be funny if be like a clown car with all of us just piled in like a smart car?
I'll have to
amazing. That
rip
would
out
be
the back
amazing.
seat, or rip out the front seat and sit in the back like Hightower in Police Academy.
Yes.
Sounds perfect to trace somebody.
Yeah.
Let's
God.
just do it. It's like totally non-conspicuous, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine.
So you take a vehicle. We'll just say that. And this vehicle is big enough for all four of you to get into. So where are you going?
Back to the one place we were at, right? Like, didn't we find like a dodgy place?
Yeah, so
in the
one of you had
outskirts
a contact essentially used one of your gifts that you kind of always have like a place.
Yeah.
I would
Or
rather
maybe-
not.
No, I think you would use somebody used one of their contacts essentially.
I did.
Contacts.
And
Yeah,
I would rather not like go back to Staten Island if there's a chance that we're going to be followed, partially for the protection of the people we would be going back to, but also for the protection of the people that would be following us.
Right.
Like, I don't want to drive them into a gang fight. You know what I mean? Like, because some
That's true.
kid's
We
going to
should
get shot.
probably move on to a new
crossfire.
place. Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Well, I can probably if we just need to talk, I can probably just drive us under some kind of a bridge somewhere inconspicuous just so that we can plan ahead.
Okay.
Don't have to go to a specific building, I think.
Right.
Well, since we're in New York, let's just go get a slice and a Coke and then talk in an
Yeah, I mean, you don't
inconspicuous
have
car.
you don't have a tracker on you anymore. So the likelihood, as long as you're inconspicuous, the likelihood of them catching up to you is pretty low at this point.
Yeah, we could
So
just go
you
to
would-
like somewhere that's super crowded, like go to like Times Square.
Well, you're in Times Square.
Or
Or no, you're in
Rather
Central
keep
Park.
the-
Yeah, that's right. You're in Central Park. You could go to
Yeah.
Times Square. You
Yeah.
could.
Like nobody's gonna find us there because there's
Yeah, I mean, you could also-
70,000 people there.
The suggestion to go to a pizza joint or something like that would work. Really, anywhere. It's just how public do you want to be in your place, and that's the question.
I mean, I'm fine with sitting out in the open as long as we're out in like a very, very crowded open.
Yep.
Well, depending on where we were in the park, the square could be as short as 10-minute walk. So that sounds like a good place.
Yep. Let's do
Okay.
it.
So you guys walk to Times Square, and when you get there, essentially, I'm guessing you're going to try to track where Lena went. You have audio and you have like a GPS tracking on her.
Mhm.
So you can track her location. The GPS tracking is pretty fast. And the audio is also, you just kind of go to the whatever app that you have that the bug is connected to, and you can listen in on whatever she's doing. So as you start listening in, I'm going to assume you're going to listen in.
Yeah.
So as you start listening in, you hear her. It sounds like she's in a car still. So wherever she's driving to is further away than your walk took. And she's on the phone. You're guessing she's not driving, but it's hard to tell, right? But she's on the phone and she's talking about it was a setup, right? I don't know how they knew, but they caught on, and I think they're going to come after us. I barely escaped. I don't want to do this anymore. And then there's, a pause, whoever on the other line, and she says, look, I don't want to do this anymore, and you can do it by yourself, but I'm getting out of here. And then it hangs up, and then now all you can hear is just the static of her being in a car. as a passenger.
Okay, so she's not speaking to anyone else in this car,
No.
and we do have GPS on the car.
Yes.
Can we tell where it's going? Like what is it? Are they headed? Do they seem to be moving through in the city still? Or are they trying to get like to one of the roads out of town? Like, are they trying to get onto the BQE or like get out of the city?
I mean, they're kind of in traffic right now.
Okay.
So it's hard to tell, but based on her conversation, you're going to guess that they're probably maybe going to be leaving town.
I mean, we could. Is it like rush hour right now?
I mean, it's not super rush hour, but there's
how much
definitely
momentum
traffic.
would a traffic jam cost?
Get in the chopper.
Yeah. I think causing a traffic jam could just be something that you could just do with like a technology roll, right? Like you want to.
Oh, okay.
You want to go up to a light and just, I don't know, you want to hack into the city system, maybe.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Who can do that out of us?
Probably not me.
Definitely not me.
I can punch a street light if you want.
Yep.
Like that.
I can ram a car into it.
Yeah. Okay. These are all good skills.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. So, is it possible that we could call and report an incident that happened near where they are to cause a traffic accident?
Oh, yeah.
That is so wholesome. Look at you.
Yeah, or just
I
even
hate
like
it.
an emergency vehicle sitting in sitting in traffic in front of them with their lights on.
Yeah.
We could steal an emergency vehicle such as an ambulance.
Well,
That's more like it.
I'm just
Let's
thinking,
go hotwire this fire truck.
like if we can get her slowed down, we can probably catch her on foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
probably.
what I mean? Like we could probably run up on her car if she's stuck in traffic.
The downside of us either reporting in or calling or stealing an emergency vehicle is for sure they're going to be looking for us.
What if we just get on a motorcycle and then just wind through the traffic to get to her? We could probably catch up if it's rush hour and we're cutting between cars, reckless like.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Let's do it.
That's
All
an
right.
option too.
So now you steal the car.
The motorcycles. Yes.
Oh, motorcycles. A suite of motorcycles.
So 2 motorcycles. Like how many people are riding? Because I don't think Charlie is able to.
I can ride.
There's 4 of us. Let's go steal
So we need 2.
Let's go steal some motorcycles from out front of a biker bar. That sounds like a great idea.
Beautiful.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
So I'm gonna say that essentially I want you to roll to steal these bikes, but you're gonna have a complication to alert the owners. Essentially, there's a +2 complication that somebody's watching and notices you steal them, and they're gonna come after you if you don't buy it off. So who is going to be the thief in this situation?
Can I activate my the in and in thing, since this is kind of like a larceny thing and people can use my larceny rolls?
Yes.
Cool. Let's do that.
All right.
And
how
it's
do you
definitely going
roll
to
for
be larceny. So you're just going to roll the action, and then you need to spend successes from the action to buy off the complication. So if you fail altogether, then you wind up not being able to steal the motorcycles. But if you succeed, you steal them, but if you don't buy off the complication, then this thing happens.
So I have an idea I'd like to try, especially if I can use her larceny to do this.
Sure.
Partially because I think it's funny. So to avoid alerting them of what we're doing, and just because I think it's on brand, I would like to use larceny and might.
Okay.
So I'm going to lift the bikes up and walk up the street with them before we try to actually.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's amazing.
So, what's your larceny score?
4.
All right.
So to recap, he's gonna roll 4 10-sided die, right? For the larceny plus might.
Plus my might.
Plus whatever his might is, which
is 5.
So he's gonna roll nine dice.
Mm-hmm.
And
he just needs 1 success to pull off the theft.
Does adrenaline spike give me?
I mean, even if they saw it, who's going to run after a guy who's just like casually carrying 2 motorcycles?
Yeah, I feel like that's a stance where you just like kind of pretend you didn't see anything.
Right.
Just go, woo.
So that's only 2 successes.
Okay. So you take the bikes, no problem. Well, I mean, not no problem, but you take them.
Right.
They're heavy. But because they're heavy and you decided to pick them up, it does make a lot of noise because you're, grunting and like lift them and then like walk them up the street. And then you set them down. And there's a guy who was coming out, saw you and was like, what the fuck? And then like turns and runs back inside, and you guys can hear him. Guys, you got to see this. He's just impressed. He's so impressed by this.
This is so going on YouTube.
I think there's somebody else with like a camera. They're like,
oh God.
Just so surprised.
Walk over and set the bikes down and be like, there, we got our rides. All
right. As you get, oh, okay.
No, it's that sweet.
Oh, I heard wait. I was like, what?
No, sweet.
Okay.
Yes.
So so you have rides, you hop on. As you start driving away, a pile of people come running out being like, of the biker bar who are like, that's mine. What are you doing? And they all hop on their bikes. The people who aren't the owners all hop on their bikes, and they all have like leather jackets that all have cut that says, I'm gonna make up something so I'm not using a real motorcycle club. So they all say like Death's Door as their motorcycle club.
I'm gonna.
All right. Well, I sit in one of the bikes, and I assume somebody's gonna just hop in behind me.
I'm gonna slap the back of the motorcycle that I'm sorry, I forget your character's name, Elena.
Iris.
The Iris is sitting on, like you would a horse, I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, I'll catch up," and turn around and start walking back towards the bikers.
That's amazing.
All right. So I'm assuming everyone else is driving away on motorcycles.
Yeah. If he says he'll handle it, he'll handle it.
Okay. So Sal and Iris are both on a bike. Charlie, whose bike are you on?
She's probably on Sal's, right?
Yeah, I'm probably on Sal's because Iris can drive.
Okay. So so you guys drive off, and several motorcycles come driving like past you, CB. What would you like to do? Are you going to try to stop them?
Yeah, I would like to just put my hand flat on the chest of the first person that tries to go past me.
Are you trying to knock him off?
Right. Yeah. But, well, what I'd like to do is just stop him and hold him in place.
He's on a motorcycle.
Right.
So try to get a clothesline him.
Yeah. So essentially you'll clothesline him because you could stop his momentum, but the motorcycle will continue forward.
Right. And I just want to hold him in place while the motorcycle keeps going.
Okay.
If I can swing it. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's close combat.
That's fair.
Since you're kind of engaging in this physicality with this guy.
I would assume I'm relying on my might to do this.
Yes.
And I'm just looking at my talents, or I'm looking at my gifts real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Just because I wanted to see what the adrenaline spike and the forceful martial arts do for me in this situation.
Man.
Well, that doesn't help. Forceful martial arts doesn't help unless I'm really trying to hurt somebody.
No. And adrenaline spike is best if you already have damage, which you don't.
Okay. Yeah, so just trying to catch him and hold him.
Okay.
Unless you want me to throw a knife at you so you have some damage and you can use adrenaline.
to him or at him?
At him, like a calf or something. Just to spook him.
Ouch! Thanks.
But yeah. All right. I'm not sure you want to do that, but okay, whatever.
All right, there we go. All right, so that is 3 successes.
Three successes. Okay. So you put your hand out as this guy's driving, like trying to zip past you. Put your hand out. The bike continues forward. He stops dead in place. And you have essentially 2 extra successes you could use for, like, if you want to do damage to the guy.
I would like to use those extra 2 successes as intimidation, as I just go look him in the eye and go, "You sure about that, buddy?"
So he's like, essentially just falls off. Like you're kind of holding him up. So
Right.
he just like, he puts his feet down and his bike just goes forward and then falls over because like it doesn't
Right.
have somebody holding it up. And and he is like surprised, he's shocked. And people behind him like stop because they see you do this and they're just like, holy shit, what the fuck? And now you definitely see some people have cameras out. You've got a little bit of a crowd. Somebody's like, did you see that man just pulled that guy off his motorcycle? Like, that guy's gonna die. Like, just
I'm gonna set him down, brush his shoulders off, look at his friends, and say, "Do we have a problem?"
I mean, they do. They definitely have a problem because they just don't get it, right? There's more of them than there are of you. And you just like, not only did you steal from the club, but now you just disrespected somebody.
It's true.
So, yeah, they got a problem. And when you say that, they all pull out like guns and knives. Not all of them have guns, but some of them do, and some of them have knives. And they're like, do you want to go?
How many of
Oh
them?
my God.
How many of them do I count?
There's 6 of them, including the guy you grabbed.
The nearest person to me that has their phone out,
Yeah,
I'm gonna look like
at
just
the camera.
I'm gonna look dead center at the person that's talking to me, but I'm gonna tilt my head toward the camera, and I'm just gonna say, "There's 6 of them."
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, "I need you to call 911. Tell them to send 6 ambulances."
And people are just like, that gets not ignored because somebody's like, oh man, this guy is fucking crazy. Like, they're just, whoa, this is wild. What is happening? Oh my God. Now there's even more people watching. Somebody's definitely on the phone, like calling the cops. It's just, these people are just like, it's not every day.
Right.
A total badass try to pick a fight with 6 like bikers. So
yeah, I'm gonna stand there and just
Cool.
look big at them and see.
So they're gonna come at you.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna come at you. They're angry. They feel disrespected. They think with as many as there are that they can take you. So they're gonna try. Just because it's just the 2 of you, I'm not going to make you roll initiative unless somebody's going to circle back and try to help you.
Yeah, I'm gonna circle back. I feel like I saw some of this in the rear view mirror, and I did that thing where you like kind of put your foot down and it goes with the wheel, and then it just like came back.
Okay.
Please don't.
I assume we still have the earpieces. We have.
Yeah.
The safe
Oh yeah,
house?
we have
Yes,
earpieces.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
I assume if he's in trouble, he's just gonna call us out.
like I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
But I don't think they'll be fine.
Oh, you worry about that.
No, I'm not. I kind of want to get a piece of the action, honestly. I'm being kind of selfish. Like, oh, fight!
Oh, fine, I gotta join.
I have a few grenades that I've been meaning to try. Just,
This is so funny.
This Iris brings a grenade to a knife fight.
yeah, well, you win some, you win some.
Yeah, right?
That's fair.
Well, we better wrap this up quick, guys. Our package is getting away.
Well, we can just pick it up, you and I.
Right. So you two are
yeah. I think I'm just gonna go straight for the pickup while they're doing this.
Okay, so let me get CB and Iris to roll initiative, and then, and actually, let's have Sal roll initiative too. But your initiative is for your actions, like on the chase end of things.
Right.
Okay.
To go pick up the package.
Die.
So initiative is the lowest of your athletics plus empathy. No.
I have zero.
Dexterity. Sorry, dexterity plus empathy, or dexterity plus empathy, or so it's empathy and dexterity, or athletics and composure. Let me double check before I tell you the wrong thing.
Who's cunning?
Because sometimes I'm wrong.
Composure is 5. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me double check because I'm
5 either way in my case, I think.
where are you? Initiative is either empathy plus dexterity, or athletics plus cunning.
Oh, that's way better.
I know it was a C word.
Yeah, you have to roll the lower of the two though.
Yeah, the lower of those two.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean the lower of the two? The one that you have the least of?
Yeah, so if your empathy plus dexterity is lower than your athletics plus cunning, then you roll that one.
Oh man.
Sorry. Don't worry. You guys decide who acts in those. Like
we buy our slots and then we get to act. Do we want Tokyo to get a slot too in this?
Yeah.
And that was 8 plus. And do 10s do anything?
Blow up.
Yeah. 10s always explode, so you can generate extra successes on a 10.
If
really?
Yeah,
because I got.
Do I keep rolling until it's?
No, it just does it once.
Okay.
I think.
So So for instance, the first one I rolled was a 10, and then I rolled a 4, then a 1, then a 6. Do I roll another one because that 10 exploded?
Yes.
Okay. And that was another 10. Should I roll again?
No. So you just have 2. So you have 2 successes. All right. So just let me know how many successes everybody has, and I will record them.
Oh, wait, is everybody rolling?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for Charlie, and that way, once you're not on the back of a motorcycle, we'll have your actions in there too.
Okay, so that was empathy and
dexterity.
Yeah, empathy and dexterity, or athletics and cunning, whichever is lower. Right.
Empathy is overrated.
Empathy is overrated.
I'm gonna make t-shirts that say the shit we say in this stream. Who brings a grenade to a knife fight? Yep.
Who brings a rocket launcher to a car chase?
Yeah. All of these answers are Iris. All of them.
It sounds like you're like, I just imagine her having like a Shaft-like theme song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I approve.
Yeah.
It'd be better if you had something like the Mask theme song. Jesus.
Okay. So if you could just, I know I got, Dominic, I got your character's successes, but just could everybody hold up a number of fingers to let me know how many successes? Okay. All right. So you have you all act before the biker guys. So just tell me what people are doing and what order you want to go in. And then we'll adjudicate how things go.
I want to kind of roll by, yell, "You're making us late," and reach out an arm to sort of just grab him and put him on the back of my bike. But I'm sure he will ignore it since he can just like kind of jump onto it. And then I'm going to pull the pin on a flash grenade and throw it at the bikers.
Okay. So Travis, are you going to let CB be pulled onto the bike?
Yeah, I don't think I'll resist that. Now, just so that I'm clear, do I still have a hold of this biker?
Yeah, up to you.
Yeah, sure. So I'll hop on the back of the bike, and then I'll just make sure I try to like lean to the side to sort of act as a counterweight a little bit to the extra 200 and some odd pounds of biker I have in my one hand.
Sure.
Okay. You're bringing the biker.
just for a block or two. We need to have a little conversation.
Just for a little bit. Don't worry, friend. All right.
His new name is going to be Ragdoll.
He's going to have the worst nickname. All right. All right. So let's have Iris roll. Let's have you roll for Iris the flash grenade.
Okay. So I should roll for what would that be? Aim?
So aim definitely, and then how are you? It's really the attribute is how are you doing this? So if you're just trying to lob it, maybe might, but if you're trying to aim it at a specific location, maybe dexterity or cunning.
I was just trying to be like smooth, aim in the middle of them, just like in the crowd.
Right. So
kind of like over the shoulder kind of thing.
Okay, let's do might.
Might. What's my might thing? Can it be dex?
Yes, it can be.
Cool, I'll do dex.
Like, oh.
So I got one success.
Okay.
Fail, another success, and then another fail.
Okay. So you lob this thing over your shoulder, and it is, because it's a piece of equipment, it gives you enhancement. So really you got 3 successes altogether. So when you're doing this, essentially you lob it over your shoulder, it's going to work. Is there anything else that you would like it to do? So is knock somebody over or that kind of thing? I mean, the
No.
effect. Okay. So the effect of the flash grenade is that everybody who's in that area is essentially blinded by it. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to have to like feel around, but because you're on a bike and you're trying to get away, you can essentially just get away without any issues. They're not going to be able to follow you because right now they're like, they can't see, the flash is too bright. It also, like, everybody who had a camera up is now like, oh, the cameras are like whited out and everything from it.
Cool.
So, all right. We have another 3 slot another slot. So who wants to take an action? I don't know, Travis, if you want to have CB.
I just wanted to tell this dude that I pity the fool who catches who gets to us first. And then I'm going to set him down.
While Iris is driving, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to kind of tumble away from you. Just
going to let him go.
Let him go. Okay. Okay. So you have successfully, I'm just going to say that that's intimidating as fuck. I'm just not even going to have you roll for that. So he goes tumbling and Iris continues to drive, but Sal, you're much further ahead at this point.
Yes.
So I'm going to say you catch up to the car that Lena is inside of. She's not necessarily expecting you to show up on a motorcycle, So what are you going to do?
That depends on the current state of the car. Like if it's completely motionless due to traffic, for example, or whether it's going at a decent speed.
It's moving slowly. It's not necessarily motionless, but it's not going more than 30 miles an hour.
Okay. And if I just tail it for just a couple of seconds just to get an idea of like who's in the car, for example, and are they alerted, can I just do that? Like just stand about
absolutely.
Like to the side and about 2 cars back just to scan first?
Yes, absolutely. You can tell that there's a driver and there's somebody in the back, and you're guessing that the person in the back is Lena. Because you can see the driver and that's not Lena.
Okay. If I look ahead, is there a chance they're gonna have to stop soon, or?
Yeah, there's traffic lights.
All right. So I guess at this point, the plan is I'm gonna keep tailing them, and as soon as they stop moving, I'm just gonna drop the bike and casually walk and just enter their car.
Okay. Charlie, you're also on this bike. So is this also going to be your plan that you're just going to abandon the bike and get in the car? Or do you want to stay on the bike?
I think it would be actually pretty cool if he goes in through the passenger side and I go in on the other side of where we think Lena is, so we can have a conversation.
Okay, so you're both going to get into the back of the car with her and like hem her in on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is exactly what I had in mind. I'm very happy we're exactly on the same page.
Okay. So you're going to do that before CB and Iris catch up to you. So the traffic stops for whatever reason. You pull up a little closer, you get off the bike, and you both pop into the car. And Lena is very surprised to see you. And she yells, like, get me out of here. And then she tries to struggle. She's going to like try to hop through an open door as you're sitting, like as you're getting in. The moment it opens, because she's not, she's not necessarily expecting it, but she's also not dumb. She knows if you get in beside her, she's not going to be able to get out. So she tries. I'm assuming you're going to try to stop her from doing that.
Yep.
So I'm going to say, Charlie, she's coming through your side because she thinks you're easier to get past. So not necessarily true, but that's what she thinks. So if you could roll, let's do a close combat plus, I'm going to say whatever attribute you want to essentially just catch her. Oh, I think you're muted.
I have close combat manipulation or dexterity.
I like yeah, I mean, Dex would work. I think, if you want to make a case for manipulation where you're like tricking her into your arms or something like that, that might also work. Where you like hold the door open a little longer, and then as soon as she like tries to jump out, you like slam it in her face or something.
Yeah, I like that. Because she thinks she's going to be able to escape past me, and I'm just like holding the door like, bring it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 3 success.
Okay. She's, I don't know if you want to do damage to her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you hit her, and she, she's trying to get out the door. You slam it into her. She falls back into the car seat, and you both get in on either side of her. And you, so Iris and CBC, Sal and Charlie getting into the car as you drive up. And the car does not, so it's like there are people honking because the light changes, but the driver's like, what do I do?
Well, speaking of, while she's handling Lena, can I just like take my sidearm and just put it on the back of the head of the other driver and just say one of my cool lines, because action hero stuff, and it's like, just stop.
Yeah. You're like, just drive. Something cool. Yes. So yeah, absolutely. So the driver is like, freaked out. You've got a gun to his head. So he's listening to whatever you tell him to do. So Iris, CB, what are you doing?
I think we should kind of slow down and just keep a couple cars distance away. So like in case, she tries to escape or something goes wrong, we can be still like inconspicuous to anybody that might be watching the car.
Okay, so you're trailing, and you guys can all hear each other through your comms, so you're not gonna like miss anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you Sal has gun to the driver. Are you gonna tell him anywhere specific to go, or are you just gonna say like act normal? Like what's going on here?
Yeah, just like act normal. I'm gonna like slip the gun to the side so it's not visible to anyone around. I'm just gonna keep him like near his ribs, and just let him know like take the next left, just so that we leave heavy traffic, so it's less conspicuous. And at the first occasion, I'm just gonna tell him to park, so he just leaves the car, and I'll take his place while the other two join us.
Okay.
If that's what they want to do.
Okay.
That'd be good.
All right. So are you gonna wait to question her until?
Oh no, I'm gonna start questioning her immediately.
Okay. So the driver is, trying to act normal, death grip on the wheel. So Lena looks at you, Charlie, and is just like, if you're gonna kill me, just do it.
So I believe I have some kind of emotional labor, and I'm gonna try to, really appeal to her sense that she really doesn't want to be here, and she doesn't want to be part of that whatever operation she was doing anymore. So I'm gonna be like, look, I know you don't really want to do this, and someone else is clearly in the driver's seat. So why don't you tell us what we want to know, and we'll let you live.
Okay. I'm going to have you make a roll to be convincing in that. So let's use your empathy and probably manipulation or presence, either one. I don't know if you're actually lying to her or not. So
that depends on what the group wants to do afterwards.
Sure.
Depending on her answer, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, but does Charlie right now think she's lying to her? So if she does, then probably let's do manipulation. And she's like, I don't know if we're going to let you go, but I'm definitely telling you that right now so that you will talk to me.
While she's rolling, I just want to mention out that Travis actually completed 2 short terms goals.
Yeah,
his and mine in the same scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris, when he made the character, he said one of them would be do something worthy of being on YouTube. I think one of yours was to say pity the fool.
One of mine was
yes.
to in fact pity the fool.
To pity a fool, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Nice. I got 6.
Okay, that's a lot of successes. All right. So she looks at you and she says, "Is my mother. She is doing all this. This is her plan. This is her idea, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of trying to play by her rules and being a puppet on her string. She had me plant the tracker on you and follow you. You weren't supposed to get out of there alive. But you're nine. That's who she's really after.
mean, we kind of already had an idea because there was a lot of, I think, evidence we dug up earlier. So.
Right. Yeah.
So
I think there was something also about some ground she wanted to get her hands on because there was something underneath it.
Yes. So you ask about that, and she says, yes. She is trying to distract 9 with this situation, and she wants to bring them down, but they're interested in whatever's under the plaza that she's trying to buy out. And she's interested in making sure they don't get it.
What is there?
Is it shiny?
She says, I don't know what it is, but I know it's not normal.
ask her if she wants it or if she just wants to keep it from them.
Oh, my mother wants it. I don't know why she wants it. I don't know what it is. I've seen it. I've been there. I don't understand what it is.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
Yes. She can describe to you, and because you're at least one of you is familiar with the stranger aspects of things in the world. It sounds a lot like a place where the fabric of the universe is very thin.
So it's a stationary, it's not like a thing that's down there that she then intends to or can move.
No,
Okay.
that's why she needs to buy the land, because it's a location.
Right.
And why this? What does she even have against 9?
I don't know. Well, I do. I think this is, she says, I don't know. Well, yeah, I do. She thinks that 9 fucked her over. She used to work for them, and they had a falling out, and she left.
Was there any way they can hug it out and, I don't know, not frame us for murder? That would be awesome. or not hug it out and not frame us for murder. That would also be
you were
fine.
just scapegoats.
Right, but like, so it was nothing personal. We just happened to be convenient.
Yes.
All right.
Fuck.
How close are you with your mom?
Well, I used to be very close to her.
Do you think she likes you a lot?
That's it. That's all you got to say.
Yes. What more do you want from me?
Where is she now?
She's at her headquarters in her office. She'll give you an address. It's like in somewhere downtown, pretty close to here. Not where Lena was going, though.
I have a suggestion for the room. It's up to you all.
Travis, I think you're muted.
Am I? I think I was probably just too far from my mic.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I have a suggestion for the room. If it's over the comms, so that she can't hear us. Why don't we just use her as a bargaining chip? Get the mom to meet us at the spot she wants so badly, and then we punch her in her stupid face until she goes unconscious and take her to the authorities.
Maybe not the face.
Oh, I'm good with the face. and I do so love watching you punch people in their faces, so I'm all for that plan.
I mean,
There's something to be said about visible domestic violence.
well,
As you say that, I pull up next to the car that I'm assuming is already stopped. And then I open the door, kick the driver in the face to knock him out, pull him out of the car, get in the driver's seat, and then I'm assuming CB will get in the passenger seat, and then we drive off.
Okay.
I will,
Yeah,
but very slowly. Like, and the whole time just looking at her like this was the bridge too far. Like, what was that necessary?
just staring Iris down like everything you've done to this point was fine. That guy didn't deserve that. You've done him wrong.
The dude was just driving a car.
We don't know that for sure.
I mean, it's not like she killed him. She just knocked him out.
Yeah, like the lady from the, the mom van from the tunnel.
I'll make sure, though, that when I lay the motorcycle down that it's still running so that he can... So he's got wheels when he wakes up.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh. Nice people.
Courteous thieves.
Courteous, yes.
I roll my eyes like, ugh.
Yeah. Okay. So, where are you going?
To the address that she gave us.
Okay, so you're going to Lucida's office. I thought the plan was to lure her to...
Yeah. Do we want to go to the office, or do we want to go to this special place that she's so interested in and tell her to come there if she wants her daughter?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what I was like. Are we going in the office or are we going here? Okay.
No, to the special place.
So So this is this place that is being fought over in a bidding war kind of thing. And really being stolen from 9 is what originally, like the materials that you were buying or that you were stealing originally was evidence that she was trying to steal from them. But it was mostly a setup. So you get to this location, and I'm assuming you're going to call her, or are you going to have Lena call her?
Oh, I think we should have Lena handle the call because...
I agree.
Okay. So Lena...
I agree, but I just want to make sure she knows her role into this before she calls, because I don't want her to just say the wrong things.
Sure.
So I would like to be the one who gives her the phone.
Okay.
Not necessarily say anything, but I just want to look at her in the eyes intensely as I do it, because I have, is it an edge? I forget. Where is it?
Oh, you have I think you have a gift.
Yeah, is it a gift? Get the drop. Steely gaze. Here it is.
Yes.
Spend an inspiration to intimidate someone in an interrogation. They spill the beans, otherwise they blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I'm just gonna spend another inspiration just to make sure that whether or not she agrees, she's gonna follow the plan.
Okay. So you make the call. You hand her the phone. She's looking at you like she's got eyes locked with you, and you could tell she's not like, this is not good for her. She's very intimidated by this, and she says, "Mom, yes, I know I told you that I didn't want to talk to you anymore, but they're here. They want you to meet them here." There's some you can hear yelling on the other side of the phone.
As soon as I hear yelling, I'm gonna snag the phone.
Okay. What are you saying?
And what's her last name?
Sandoval.
Miss Sandoval.
Who is this?
I'm the person who has your daughter. You might want to put your inside voice on.
What do you want?
I want you to come here. Alone.
Do you think I'm a fool?
No, but I think
Do you think you want your daughter's pieces sent to you in little boxes?
I mean, kind of what she said, but I was more going to say I think you're a loving mother. But I was implying what she was yelling, yes. So take whichever one of those approaches you need to apply liberally to get you down here, and apply it liberally.
And she says, clearly, You haven't talked to my daughter long enough. I'm not going anywhere. Kill her for all I care.
That's some hardcore.
Cool.
Man, that's messed up. That's like messed up. You would just let us kill your kid over this little piece of like weird inter-reality woobum that's happening in a basement. Your own flesh and blood over basement woobum.
It's larger than her.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Definitely wider.
It's larger than all of us.
Okay.
Maybe we can blow it up. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, that is possible. Iris has a lot of grenades on her. What do you think would happen if we just like chucked them all into that thing?
That gets like a pause.
Like I gotta tell you, I am not smart. I've gotten as far as I've gotten in life by punching things. If you've been on YouTube, I'm fairly certain there's a video of me beating up a biker gang. Just went up today. But
I have an idea.
But I do know how to pull the pin on several grenades and throw them into a room. So
Or we could kind of like tie her daughter to the C4 that I have and put her in the middle of the explosion so she can lose both at the same time.
I think she's already lost her daughter. I think her daughter can go. She's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, can she? I think she's bluffing.
So the whole time is she listening to our conversation?
Yes.
I'll just put her on speakerphone.
Like Lena is standing right here.
Yeah. And Lena is looking at you eyeing Iris, kind of like moving away and closer to Charlie, like you promised me you wouldn't kill me.
I'll just kind of shoot a look over at Lena and just shake my head like she's kidding.
And I'm here like,
yeah, I'm not. Okay. Lena's, like sweating, like, oh God, I'm so kidnapped right now. And Lucita just, she hasn't spoken. She's let you, talk about that. She just says, I don't think I agree that you're not smart.
Thank you.
This I can tell. But I wouldn't lob grenades into this location just to see what happens. You're all likely to lose your lives as well. And even if you don't,
for a penny and for a pound,
even if you don't care about the city of New York or anything else in this world, it seems that you at least care for your own lives.
Right, but see, our lives got all busted. Like my life was pretty sweet till some idiot framed me. And now it's all broke.
Same.
It's like,
is that what you want? You want your names cleared?
Yeah. Like, do you think I care about this thing in a basement or your kid? No, I care about you grabbing us up in the middle of your little petty bullshit and making our lives difficult. I have had to wrestle a biker, watch Iris kill a lot of people.
Not a lot of people.
Mostly left them unconscious.
Steal more minivans than I am willing to admit in polite company.
The good old days.
I just want that to be done and our names to be cleared. You deal with your own petty stuff, whatever. It wasn't our concern until you made it our concern.
I can get your names cleared. If that's all you want.
Is that all we want?
No.
Let's deliberate. Can you put on mute?
We'll call you back.
Here,
Then
actually,
we can couple her.
what? Oh, okay. I was going to tell her maybe she should talk to her kid and work out that little relationship. Here, call your mom. Work on your relationship a little bit.
Lena's like, I'm not calling her. She just told you to kill me. Like,
or I don't know. Call your therapist. Do you have a therapist? You
You should.
I pick the phone and like get one, and I tap the.
Here's mine.
we can go. I recommend we go huddle probably about 5 feet away from where she's standing.
Okay.
And just look over
So
periodically.
I hand Lena a grenade. I was like, can you just hold this for a second? And she holds it, and then I pull the pin. I was like, we'll be right back. And then I walk away with the pin. So as long as she's holding it, she's okay.
Cool. Are you gonna keep an eye on her in case she tries to like leave?
Yeah. I'm looking over.
Okay. All right. Powwow.
Personally, I'm like CB. I'm not super bright, so I have no idea what's going to happen if we blow this thing up, and I don't particularly care. I think we should, because I don't know what this is, but I just don't think anyone should have this. Whether it's 9 or that crazy lady, I don't think anyone should be having this. My suggestion is we blow this joint, and then we go after Lucida personally. We know where she works. We know where she is right now.
Honestly, I think our first prerogative is to get our names clear, and then we should blow up the joint anyway.
I mean,
Penny.
Do we trust that she's going to clear our names?
like, yeah,
No,
how do we verify
not even for
that?
a day.
Right, like, this is all complicated.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
what we could do is we have to gather enough evidence to make sure that she is the person now responsible for everything.
I mean,
And that automatically clears, well, not automatically, but it should help us clear our names for our organizations.
right, but
We can't depend on her to clear our names.
no, but we can probably
us.
verify what she's saying, right? Like, if she says she can clear our names, first of all, how? Once she tells us how, we got to figure out a way to verify that, and we have to do all that without leaving this place or letting go of her. And I'm gonna look over and make sure again that she's still there, nervously holding her grenade. Hopefully,
She is.
excellent. And then because I just want to be able to go home. Like, I'm not saying I don't care about any of this, but I'm kind of saying I don't care about any of this.
I think we would all like to go home.
Right. So, like, that's priority 1. I mean, if we can stick it in this, stick it in her craw on the way, that's fine. If we can put her in a jail cell on the way, even better. But she might be right. Maybe we don't want to just light this place up without knowing what's going to happen if we do that.
Aren't we way past a cell? She blew up a bunch of people just to implicate our names in this.
Right. I mean, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's messed up, and she should be punished for it. But that takes a close second to I should be able to go home and sleep in my own bed tonight. Like, that's where priority 1 for me is. Priority 1 for me is I have these sheets that my mom bought me when I was in the 4th grade. They're Star Wars Empire Strikes Back sheets that I have taken meticulous care of since I was a child, and that I put on my bed every Sunday. And I would like to sleep on those tonight. I would like to be lulled into peaceful slumber staring at Princess Leia's face. That's what I would like when
That's
this is all
freaking
said and done.
adorable.
No
So
judgment.
what you're suggesting is we don't blow this up. We somehow trust Lucida to do her thing, or at least long enough to explain how she's going to do it. We verify that. And then what? We blow it up anyway, because blowing it up is part of the plan.
We trust but verify, and then, I mean, I don't care what y'all do after that. If you want to blow it up, that's fine.
Cool. So I go and start setting up bombs.
Okay. She's like rigging C4. She's like, I just needed to hear the go ahead.
Yes, I just needed to be like, okay, cool. We're go for bombs.
Counteroffer, because we're going to blow this up. So she's never going to clear our names. There's no way she's doing that.
Why don't we, you're connected to 9, right?
Me.
Yeah. So, can't we tell them what the situation is, maybe?
That exactly. Yes, that's kind of what I'm going for. We can blow this up and then just go back to 9 once Lucida is out of the picture.
No, but 9 wants this location.
Fair.
Can I just rig it? I'll just rig it.
Yes, you rig it. You rig it until your heart's content. We're still deliberating.
So here's the thing, right? Like, I work for Archangel, and they can probably, like, as long as they believe that I didn't have anything to do with this mess, that we started this, they can probably get me out of here and get me somewhere safe. But that presents two problems.
We both work for Archangel, so
that presents two problems. Problem
but I
number
mean,
one.
9 and Sandoval are fighting over this location.
Right. I'm not worried. I'm thinking personally here. Like, if we don't try to clear our names. Problem number one, I have to abandon my whole life, yada, 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 whatever that happens. Problem number two, I have to go sneak into my house, which is probably under surveillance, probably fight a cop or 3, get my sheets, get out without ripping my sheets, and get to a rendezvous point.
What if I help you get those sheets?
You got to understand that these can't be replaced. Like, we can't just go buy new ones on eBay. Okay,
no, I get that. There's
a sentimental attachment here.
Can I use some empathy skill to calm him down?
Yes.
Be like, you know what? It's okay. We'll figure it out. You'll get your sheets. We're gonna get our names clear, and we'll go sleep in our own beds at the end of the day.
I use Tide with color safe bleach
For
so that they
30 years.
so that they don't fade. I've never let sunlight hit my bed. Not once.
How vampiric of you. Every one of us has, places to be, so it's in everyone's best interest to get this all sorted. We just have to figure out who to pin this on and get everybody out of here, whether this place blows up or not.
We should get out of here, speaking of, because Lucinda probably knows we are right here.
Yep.
I mean, that's fair.
Cool. So I'm done rigging. I go back to Lena and I put the pin back in the grenade. I'm like, thanks for holding that for me, babe. And I put it back in my bag.
She's like, that woman is psychotic.
She really is.
They're like, really? Am I?
You should do the light thing.
I walk up to her and I just say deadpan. I just say, yeah, that's what happens when you frame somebody for murder.
Yeah. So Lena is just like, does tell you, she's like, I have, I have a lot of evidence on my mom. If you let me out of here alive, I can give it to you. You can get your names cleared. You can do all that stuff.
Yeah, you're coming with us.
Is there a reason you didn't open with that?
I thought you were going to ask me. I didn't know all this was just to get your name cleared.
Get in the car.
Let me explain.
I thought you wanted to kill my mother.
I feel bad about having to say this about myself and my companions repeatedly, but we're not the sharpest spoons in the shed. We have all been hired by our respective organizations for our skills. Not all of those skills involve this Machiavellian sort of plotting. I hit things hard and then they fall over.
Very nice. Okay. Well, I can get you all the evidence that you need.
Well, then let's get out of here and go grab a pizza. Can you can you time that though, so it goes off while we're walking out?
What, the bombs?
Are you gonna blow the place?
Can I really blow it up?
Yeah, I just want to.
I don't know.
I just want to make sure that
I think we should figure out what she has to say first and how legit it is.
Oh yeah, like an insight of some sort.
I'm with you.
Guys are such teasers.
Are you doing an insight on Lena to
Yeah, I'll
kind of thing?
do that. I'll do that. A grain of truth.
I'm like braiding Lena's hair. Now we're best friends.
Okay, it says player spends a point of momentum to gain clue to further their current story. Does that work?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that Lena's being nice to us after her mom tried to kill her.
Right. So yeah, and she is like, she's being genuine.
Well,
Like,
then, yeah,
she
look,
just wants to get out of here. And if
Look.
her mom goes to jail, like, that's okay. She just doesn't want you to kill her.
well, I'm fine with
Her
I
that.
think
Mom.
that's fair.
And if you're gonna blow the building, I just want to make sure that we all walk out in a straight line in tandem.
No, we should do the hero walk. We should do
Right.
like a V shape with the nice arc.
That's
Yeah, and
fair.
cool
We can walk
guys
in
walk
slow
away from
motion.
explosions. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you're blowing this area,
Yep.
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, everybody on board?
Okay.
Sweet.
Unless Lena has any total reason why not to.
She doesn't know. She's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, my mom seems to think it's dangerous, which is probably true.
Well, it's a subway system, right?
Yeah, it's like an old blocked out subway area that is
So the way
no
I read
longer
it
being
is so that
used.
like the entrances will blow up.
okay.
So you're just collapsing it rather than like
Yeah, I'm just collapsing it. I'm
Not
not
like-
blowing up whatever's inside.
not like
Because
throwing.
it sounded like it was nuclear and that everyone in New York is gonna die, including us.
Okay, that's good. So at
Okay,
least
yeah.
no one else can get out or into that
Sure,
location.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
See, I'm not completely stupid. Just like 80%.
No, but see, we didn't know that. When you said you're gonna blow the place up, it sounded like it was gonna be gone.
Yeah. Just-
Bye bye, New York City.
Oh, that's a stretch. But yes, so you blow, so everybody leaves. You blow the entrances. This big explosion. It's not necessarily clear that, like, because there's like rubble and dust and everything comes whooshing out, that you just blew the entrances to it. But it is definitely like not catastrophic. When it happens, it's a normal explosion that you would expect with the amount of C4 you placed around.
I'm gonna count my fingers and like look and just check and make sure that nobody has like lizard eyes.
No.
Like, oh, yep, looks like everything's fine.
Yeah. For everybody who was in there who had spent inspiration, you all get a point of inspiration back.
Woohoo!
This place is what is called a flux zone. Now your characters don't necessarily know that or feel that, but it is a wibbly place. But because there's flux there, you get inspiration back. So okay. Now, so Lena will essentially, she's just like, I just need a computer. Like, and I can download stuff and send it to you.
Does a tablet work?
I'm sorry?
Would a tablet work?
Yeah.
Do you have
Just something I can access the internet with.
Don't you have a tablet, Iris?
Yep.
Okay.
Pulls it out of her.
I was gonna say, you have like this bandolier of like just stuff on your back. It's still got the rocket launcher in it.
Do you remember like Felix the cat? And he had like this bag that he could grab anything out of, kind of like that.
Yeah, but no.
Just
Not
like a
quite.
Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah, it's not quite that setting, but I just imagine you have like a giant black bag strapped across your back that you're just toting everywhere you go.
Like I'm a hoarder, but like I'm a
Yeah.
nomad hoarder.
Yeah. There's just like this giant bag full of bulky shit. And you're like, yeah, I put my rocket launcher in there.
Sounds right.
All right. So she, like, as soon as you get out of the subway tunnels so that she's got, some kind of access to.
Actually, we don't have to leave the subway tunnels because I have Always Connected.
Oh, okay. There you go. So
luckily, we could be anywhere and we'll still get signal.
Okay. So she's, trying, like, poking around, downloading stuff to your, she's like, I'm just going to download it. This is your tablet. I'm just going to download this stuff to your tablet.
While she's doing that, I just got a feeling, we met zero security coming in, and there's got to be eventually some coming our way. She must have made some phone calls. So I'm just going to build Constance, which is my gun.
Mm-hmm.
While she's starting to do that, I just get a feeling it can't be that easy getting out of here.
Imagine that. So yeah, so she's like downloading stuff, and it's taking not any longer, like, you're watching. She's absolutely downloading things. She's, going through her email, downloading files, saving emails. All of it is like conversations between her and her mother, or, documents that she got sent, things like that. But you do hear, especially Sal, because you're probably looking for it, the sound of boots coming down the tunnel towards you.
Okay. We got multiple contacts, people. And I just look towards it, find a secure position, because I'm more of a gun guy than a direct battle guy like CB. So I'm just gonna find some cover and get ready to shoot if I have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna crack my neck and start walking up the hallway.
Okay.
I'll probably pull Lena like around the corner of a wall so we're not in line of sight.
Okay.
And we'll be kind of seated. Yeah, and I'll be like, just keep your head down.
Okay. She is gonna keep working, but she's just gonna be like, I don't know what she sent or who she sent, but she's like, I'm worried. You're CB going up the hall, like down the tunnel. You see several people all in black, like fatigues, very similar to the people who were chasing you before. And they are decked out with guns. They are, tactical gear. They look ready for a fight. And the moment they see you, like, you see like laser sight, like, at your chest. And they're saying, like, stop. Don't come any further.
Launcher.
Yes. All right. Iris has a rocket launcher.
I'll pause.
Mm-hmm. Get down on the ground.
Slowly put my hands up and say, "Sure, this is how
Travis,
you want."
Travis, yeah.
I'm gonna say, "You sure this is how you want this to go?"
Get down on the ground.
Okay. And as I kneel, I just shout, "Iris!"
Okay.
And then duck.
And then I hit it.
Okay. Roll. Yeah, it's a rocket launcher. Just roll aim.
Okay.
Plus dexterity.
Okay. Come on, let's do that. Success. Fail. 10. So that's another success. Another 10. Fail, and then a 9, 8, and then a 6.
Okay, so that's
5.
Like 4 successes.
4
and 2 exploded.
I thought it was
5.
It sounded like 5 successes.
I got an 8 and then 2 10s. 9, 8. So yeah.
Yeah, so 5 and then re-roll those 2 10s.
Oh, okay. 8 and then 5.
So
okay.
6.
So you have 6 successes before enhancement, and then the rocket launcher is going to give you enhancement, which I believe.
Wait, actually, that was a 4 in the last one.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So 6 successes.
That's enough successes to make it.
It is enough, absolutely. So the question is, so and then the weapon itself gives you an enhancement,
Sweet.
which is another success. So how do you want to do this? So for this kind of thing, I'm going to say that you can essentially, you can either hit everyone or you can hit someone and like knock them out kind of thing. Like, how do you want to aim this is really the question, right?
It's evil. Okay. I want to hit somebody straight in the freaking chest, and then I'm going to hit the ceiling, and then the ceiling is going to crumple on top of everybody that exploded also.
Okay.
Because like the first person's going to explode, and then he's going to explode onto other people, and that should explode other people. And then the ceiling dropping will prevent other people from coming in, following them.
Right. So it hits him, the concussive blast knocks people down, the roof comes caving in, and all of this like, giant explosion. It's very loud. The like for those of you behind her, there's like this giant, like kind of almost like concussive as the rocket launcher itself. Like, you know, this is Iris is down on one knee to brace herself kind of thing. You know, just stand up and shoot a rocket launcher. And as the dust clears, you see one person standing there. And it is not a person in tactical gear. It is a woman in like a smart 3-piece business suit.
I would like to run up and punch her directly in her face.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. It's close combat, might.
Yes. And
I have a question. So my aspirations are to pull off cool stunts. Is this qualifies, right?
yes, absolutely.
And
Sweet.
2 quick questions. With regard to the destructive facet.
Yes.
Does that doesn't apply when you're trying to strike someone? That would apply if I successfully hit, right?
You mean adding scale or enhancement from it? Like spending inspiration?
Right, to add, because you can spend it to add when you're trying to destroy something or break something.
Yeah, it's not necessarily for punching, it's for like breaking a thing.
Okay, so you can't use it for like breaking someone's face?
No.
That's too bad. But okay.
Sorry.
Oh man.
I'll find a way to cope, I suppose.
I'm sure you will.
And then I'm trying to find I have the martial arts. What is it I'm looking for? Forceful martial arts.
Yes.
I'm just trying to see if that applies, like when that applies, because I would like to use it.
It applies. Let me. Precise. You can increase the force of your blows. All attacks with appropriate weight get a weighted tag. Which will. So what level of forceful martial arts do you have?
2.
Okay. So you can essentially add weighted and brutal to your weapon of choice, which is your fist in this case. But if you add brutal, you have to overcome a 1 complication that if you don't overcome it, you'll lose not this action, but your next one. So you'll still hit her. You just
right. Well, I got 4 successes, so if I could use one of those to overcome the complication, and can I also use Fists of Stone at the same time?
Yes, absolutely.
I would like to do that as well.
Sure thing.
And that costs an inspiration, right?
It really just adds an enhancement to your attack. So you can kind of cancel out the complication with that one enhancement, and then you have 4 successes.
Yep.
So you have enough to overcome her defense of 3, and then your so you have that, and then you have 1 leftover success. Let me double check this because I want to make sure I'm telling you correctly how knockdown and stuff works. Because the there's a way to do. Man, have I just lost equipment? I did not. Okay. Weighted. Oh, well, that's silly.
What's that?
Oh, I think editing thing where the number of successes it takes to like knock down or trip is 1.
Oh, okay.
But weighted reduces the number of successes you need to by the knockdown and trip and shove by 2. Shove has variable number of successes, and knockdown and trip is just 1.
Oh,
so essentially it doesn't really apply, or it would bring it down to 0 and let you do it for free. So that's kind of like a weird.
I could use Deadly Strike instead,
you can use both.
That. Oh,
yeah.
Is it both? Okay.
Yeah, you can essentially apply brutal and.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I also still have 1 additional tag just hanging around.
Yes.
Can I use that for a critical, or is that 2?
So the brutal makes it cheaper to get a critical, but your critical still costs 4. So yours only costs 3, but you only have 1 extra success. So you would have needed more extra successes. Right. You can just knock her down though.
I'll take it. Why not?
All right. So you're gonna knock her down?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you do that for free because you have the weighted tag from having forceful martial arts. So you still have another success.
Can I use that to impose a complication on her?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, because what I would like the complication to be is that since I just busted her directly in her shit, her eyes are all watery now.
Okay.
So she has a +1 complication to seeing.
To see. So what happens if she doesn't buy off the complication?
I would assume that it's going to affect like her ability to like maybe target things or maybe notice stuff. So, things like that. Because like I want her eyes to be watering. I want her to.
Okay. Okay. So you clock her in the face and knock her over. And she's like, yeah, her eyes tear up. So, Sal.
Yes.
You have a pretty good shot. Like you have a pretty good visibility to her, despite all of the debris and dust from the rocket blast.
So you're asking me if I want to take the shot?
Yes.
Shoot the hostage. No, wait.
Where the fuck did she come from, though? You know what I mean? Like, I just fucking exploded a bunch of guys and she appears in front of where they were. Like, this is not normal.
Well, no, it's not. And I didn't like the way her daughter just said, like, she doesn't know what's coming. Like, I get the feeling we're probably going to have to face something weird / supernatural, and I don't feel very easy about that.
Well, and just for the record, I just hit her literally as hard as I could, and she's teary-eyed. So yes, please shoot her in her face.
Yeah. For all of those excellent reasons. And also, she tried to kill me, so I'm just returning the favor, essentially.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use opportunity, and I'm going to like use this stunt called empty the magazine, essentially.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, like, as I walk up to her, just like empty the whole thing in her chest.
Okay, cool. And that gives you two enhancement to your attack.
Correct. Yes, exactly. So if I understand the system correctly, the gun you gave me as the one in the book is quality 2 by default. So that's 2 enhancements.
Right.
Emptying the magazine is 2 more.
Yes.
And I believe there was, and it's also 2-handed. So I get another one when I use it to injure someone.
Right. So for buying for buying
the
damage. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what you're gonna overcome her defense, and then you're gonna
Okay. So that would be aim, which although I have it as a specialty in this system, it doesn't change this specific roll.
Yeah.
And dexterity.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can? No, because as we discussed. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, one of which is a 10. So I'm just going to roll that again. That's a 5. Okay, so that's 4 successes.
Okay. Plus your 4
for the weapon.
5 enhancement from the weapon. 4,
yes.
5. It was 5, right? Because it was 2-handed. It was
damage is not a separate roll, correct?
No, it's all the same. So essentially you have 9 successes, and now you get to spend them on those stunts. And so 1 goes towards the first damage that you do to her. You could do a critical for another 4 damage, so on and so forth. So you needed 3 successes at the beginning to just overcome her defense.
Okay.
And then now that you've overcome her defense, you have 6 successes left over.
Exactly. So 1 of them goes into damage.
Okay.
4 you said goes into
a second damage.
So that's all down except 1.
Right. So what are you going to do with that other 1?
What are my options? Stunt with a gun.
Give her another complication that the gunshots were so loud that she can't hear good.
And you can always throw a complication on her, like something complications work like something that will happen to her if she doesn't buy it off, kind of thing. So it could be, you make it to where you're going to shoot her again if she tries to rise or something like that, if she doesn't buy off the complication. You could also do enhancement towards a future roll that you're going to take. If you
I see something here that says pin down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's on the floor and I basically emptied the magazine like in her chest. It sounds like something that would make it difficult to move again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that. Applies a +1 complication to the character's next attack. So if somehow she's still alive and kicking and tries to do something, it's going to be hard.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Okay. So you shoot her, and she's on the ground, and she doesn't look good because you've shot her a bunch.
Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot something. I have to plug a one-liner on this. And I only got one suggestion, which was everybody chill. So let me just go, I guess, with, why don't you just chill, lady?
Okay. Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
Priorities,
you're right.
Right.
Important.
Very, very important here.
Yes.
All right. So she is sitting here on the ground, pinned down. She has been shot a bunch, and she looks at you and she says, "You don't know what you're doing."
She can still talk. Holy
Yes.
shit!
Yes.
Wow.
You only know one other person who is so badass, and that's CB.
I would
Yeah.
not be talking. I would be crying at this point.
Yeah, she's not crying, and she's got but she's gritting her teeth, and she's clearly in pain. But she just says, "You don't know what you're doing."
I would like to suggest that we throw her a small celebration, a celebration that we refer to in the streets where I grew up as a boot party. So I would like to invite everyone who has not yet acted and everyone who will have an action the following turn to join me in just stomping on this woman until she stops talking.
Okay. So she takes an action though.
I'm sure she does. That's going to interfere with.
Yeah,
That's going to bum my plans out.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Oh man, where is? Look, there's a thing she can do.
And I'm
Well,
terrible.
I'm thinking as we're stomping on her, can I get her to say like what exactly is this place?
Well,
Because
she's.
sometimes villains do that. They tell you their evil master plan.
Try to manipulate her
I
into
thought we were not
soliloquizing.
stomping on her because is she taking an action before we stomp on her?
I would assume so.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It is. Okay. So she pulls a gun, right? And it clearly she's not defending herself, right? That is, she's not aiming it at anybody. Instead, she points up at the ceiling, which is already slightly damaged from the rocket blast, and she shoots it several times. When she does, the ceiling starts to rain down between the two, so you, Sal is still like right up on her. And so is CB, but the Charlie and Lena and Iris are in the back, and the ceiling falls down between essentially where you are and where they are. And for you two, it falls down all around you. Like she just brought the roof down on top of all three of you.
Do we take any damage from that?
Yeah. So you'll each take 1 damage, like a bruised condition.
Oh, you want to hit people with ceilings? Now I gotta cut you.
And the rubble, and she is also taking this damage.
I'm guessing she's fine though.
No, absolutely not.
So all of us is taking damage, just to be clear?
Just
Not
the
five,
three,
yeah.
three in
the
the
three
back.
of
Sal,
us.
yeah, the Sal, her, and CB are taking a damage
Well,
Okay. So
as the roof falls in on you.
Are blocked.
Yeah,
Can-
you guys are far enough away.
can Charlie still
Charlie.
heal? Can Charlie still see and hear to try to get her to soliloquize?
Yeah, she looks unconscious.
Oh,
Like you're not even sure she's alive anymore.
I pull out like.
Okay.
Did you watch the movie The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Do you know those like little digging like mole things?
Mm-hmm.
Like I pull out a small version of that and then start to kind of like drill a hole on the rubble so that we can get to our friends.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are covered in this rubble.
can we move? All right.
It is difficult to do so without like falling over or taking more damage.
I'm gonna get up, stumbly.
So yeah, so you'll, for any movement that you're going to do right now, unless somebody helps you, unless somebody clears the rubble out, any movement that you do is at a +2 complication.
So like I'm digging them out as we
Yeah.
speak.
You know what I'd like to do? This is a place where this might come in handy. There's a bunch of rubble on top of us. What would it take to just bust that rubble up to nothingness? Could I spend for that for my destructive?
Yes.
All right. And I've also got the Fist of Stone, so I can ignore up to 2 complication for things like punching walls and.
Yes.
So,
It's a perfect use of that. Yes.
so as you're walking up to like help, just like chunks of rubble start flying as I'm like kicking shit and like punching. Like, get this crap off of me!
Okay.
Like Wreck-It Ralph.
So do I need to roll for that, or does that just happen?
No, it just happens. So CB just starts throwing big pieces of like chunks of concrete off of him and Sal. And
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're under. They're big pieces, so you're both under there, and he's just
Sal, hold your
moving
breath.
it, and chunks go flying past Iris, and you see, both CB and Sal are kind of banged up from having a ceiling dropped on them, and she's just covered in blood and dust.
I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths. Drop a ceiling on me. I'm gonna kick her in her face.
She just kind of lulls.
So violent. I like it.
Ow.
I'm gonna take Iris's help actually to walk out of there because I'm actually wounded, injured actually. Because I already had damage before from the jumping off the roof. So
that's right. Yeah.
Injured. So I wrote it down as I'm just heavily bleeding from like one side of my temples is just heavily bleeding. So I'm dizzy quite a bit.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't look like it because I want to look like cool as I'm walking out of it. But I'm actually at the same time, I really need it. So it's weird.
Okay.
Trying to sell that I don't need the help, but clearly I'm leaning heavily on
right. Yeah, you're trying to sell the I don't have a concussion.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but at the same time I totally do, and you clearly know, but still I want to make a good impression because you're really cool. So yeah, that's gonna lamentably fail. And once I'm out, just lean on the wall and change the magazine.
Okay.
Can I lift her?
Can I put some electrified handcuffs on her?
Sure. When you go to do that, do you have any medical skill whatsoever?
Do I have any medical skill?
What would be a medical skill?
Medicine.
Like, where is it? Yeah, 0 medicine.
That's
okay.
I mean, maybe survival, but also 0, so that doesn't matter.
None whatsoever.
Do any of you? Does Charlie have some medicine? No, none of you. Okay.
We're doing great.
It looks like she's dead.
We walked into a dungeon without a healer.
Yeah, you go to put handcuffs on her, and you're like, she's dead.
Whoops. Sorry, Lena, we killed your mom, I guess.
Cuff her anyway, and I throw her over my shoulder.
Okay. Lena is like shoves the tablet at Charlie and runs over. She's like, "Oh my God, you killed my mom."
I mean, she was gonna kill you, to be fair.
Point of order.
In the back, I just go like, "You're welcome."
You're welcome.
I mean, I don't think we killed her. She killed herself because she shot the ceiling.
What she
Good
said.
point. Look at Charlie making sense.
Yeah. She's just like, I don't understand why she would do this.
Me either. It's a real bummer. Terribly tragic. Can we go somewhere with ice?
Yeah. So you guys can leave this area. And
let's go to like a greasy spoon diner, and just sit like with like a freaking dead person and all banged up. Yes.
I would like to take her out though. To carry.
Oh, yeah, you can carry her out. No problem.
We're gonna, what is it called? What's the movie where they play around with the dead guy?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
That's how we clear our names.
You have plenty of evidence against her to clear your own names at this point.
And we have a corpse we can puppet around.
And you have a corpse? Yeah, okay.
No. I think
this is going well, you guys.
I think we should get her outside. Get somebody from EMS to take a look at her.
Okay.
Maybe call 911 and then just leave her and Lena there.
Okay.
You want to help your mom? Lay her down. Stay here until the ambulance gets here. Make sure she doesn't leave.
She's dead.
Do you know that? Are you a doctor?
I don't know.
You a
she
coroner?
looks dead.
I don't mean to laugh, but this is kind of really funny, Lena. I'm sorry.
Listen, I've seen a lot of corpses.
She's crying. She's like,
I've seen a lot of dead people. I'm going to level with you. She's probably dead. But we don't know that for sure, and we'll call an ambulance. They'll get you somewhere safe.
I don't trust that.
I think
something doesn't track here.
I think we should all like hide in snipery positions until the ambulance gets there and loads her up, so we're sure that she doesn't like get up all Jason Voorhees style and follow us to the greasy spoon.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you wait, and an ambulance comes, picks her and Lena up, and drives off. And she does not move in any of that time period.
Is she really dead?
I'll tell you at the end.
Damn it. I knew it.
I'll reveal secrets at the end. So, so where are you going? What are you doing with the data?
Sending it to 9, right? Wasn't that the plan?
No. I think we should send it to all of our organizations, probably.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Definitely send a copy to each one of our bosses.
Oh, and also the news station, so they can report on this.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Ooh, I feel like part of mine might be compromised, just because they knew where the safe house would be and stuff like that. So we don't know the extent of her operation. So I'm thinking definitely at least Archangel, in addition to 9.
Can we at least insinuate that those bikers and maybe a couple of the soccer moms were like in cahoots with this conspiracy to frame us? Like we were defending ourselves that the whole time. We were defending ourselves.
I mean, that's a harder sell.
I know about the soccer moms.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave the soccer moms off.
I didn't kill her. Just knocked her out.
Yeah.
She got a nice car.
She did get a nice car.
Yeah, I don't think we should
She did get a nice stolen car. Yeah, just don't talk about it.
Semantics.
Yeah. So so you send the data off to your organizations, and within like minutes you get emails that are like, like mission, like, report in, give us a briefing, that kind of thing.
All right. I'm going to text my contact and tell them I will give you a full debrief tomorrow because I'm going to go home and sleep in my bed.
Right.
In your Leo sheets.
I bet they have Ewoks on them.
They're from Empire, so it's like AT-ATs and a Wampa.
Oh,
like
okay.
That's
amazing. All right. So that's it, unless anybody wants to do anything else. Your names are cleared, and the news is reporting that Lucida Sandoval has died, and that, like, in an apparent suicide after evidence of her treachery and embezzlement and a bunch of other crimes that would have sent her to jail for a long, long time.
Suicide by 45 bullets in the chest.
It's just, they're covering up for you in that.
Suicide by a full clip and then a ceiling.
Right.
She planned it out.
That's the kind of thing make a fellow real upset. So upset he goes home and shoots himself here, and here.
Which is fine if it wasn't for the ceiling.
Yeah, she would have been.
She would have survived. I guess I'm just gonna do this with my hand and yell "smoke bomb" and then just kind of like jog away.
I'm gonna.
She doesn't actually have a smoke bomb. She
Right,
just
just
yells
yells
at
it.
smoke bomb. Like
Smoke
ran
bomb.
away.
Just like ran away.
I think all I
Not
would
even
have.
fast, just kind of like jogging at like a,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all I'd have left to do is take a very thorough shower because I don't want to lay in my bed dirty. And
That might ruin the sheets.
right, and snuggle up with my little
Oh, tell me you have like
a stuffed wicket.
a Chewbacca plushie.
Yeah, and just stare Princess Leia in the eyes until I go to sleep.
All right.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
All right. So do you guys want to hear the secrets?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. So Lucida was an inspired, she's a talent. She is a
Mhm.
talent. She is. A thing that talents can do, a gift that talents have, is it costs a lot of inspiration, which is why she didn't do anything else in that scene. But they can come essentially rewrite the world that they didn't die.
Right.
So they're capable, you're capable of dramatic editing yourself back into life. And so she knew she was going to do this, essentially.
So she's alive.
She is, but the world thinks she's dead.
Part 3 in another month.
No. She wanted this location to study it because she is a talent and she knew maybe a little more than most talents do about her power, and that this location fueled her luck somehow.
That's so cool.
Also, she broke with 9 and joined. Actually, she was a member of Les Fantômes.
Oh.
And she left 9 because essentially she got tired of being used.
She's come to the right place.
Mhm, yes.
Is that something 9 does though? Like
No, not normally. She felt like she was being used. That doesn't mean she was.
okay.
She just wanted to be able to shoot people in the face.
I think she knew more about her talent and her ability than most talents do, and so I think because of that, she felt like, oh, they're not just picking me because I'm the best at this. They're picking me because they think I'm super powered, right? Even if that's not true, she thought they were using her, putting her in dangerous situations, gonna get her murdered, and so she felt like 9 shouldn't be allowed to have access to that kind of stuff. So she was trying to undermine them.
I mean, so she's not that bad. She just made the mistake of like framing us for shit.
She was like, her motivations weren't bad, but her activities of how she was doing it was not great.
Right. It's the whole like everyone is a hero in their own story. Very few people wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and go, "I'm a supervillain."
Right.
Yep.
You get the occasional Lex Luthor or Dr. Doom.
Or Dr. Horrible.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Oh man, what an awesome Trinity character that would be.
I'm so in for that game if someone runs a Dr. Horrible aberrant type thing.
Oh man.
That'd be really
Let
fun.
me in.
You
All right.
can real easy make a freeze ray. I think there's a pre-built freeze ray.
There is a pre-built freeze ray.
If it happens, is singing mandatory though?
Yes.
It's a sing-along game. All right.
Oh my god, can we please make this happen?
So if you want to see a sing-along game on our Twitch channel, just make sure that you hit me up on Twitter at Travis Legge, Legge, and demand a Trinity Continuum sing-along Twitch.
Yes.
And if I get anyone doing that, I just might do it just because it's funny.
It's funny.
It's amazing.
This was a riot.
Right.
Thank you for running it. It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad.
Hope we weren't too ridiculous for you.
Oh no, of course not. This game just is ridiculous at all times. So
It's
I
really fun.
I appreciate everybody. I hope you had fun, and I appreciate all of our viewers for watching and keeping up with our ridiculous shenanigans.
Thank you.
So,
and if by chance you missed the first part and you just came in at the end of this, part 1 is still in the VODs on the Twitch channel. So if you're subscribed, you can watch it there. And I think it's been uploaded to YouTube now. If not, it will be shortly. So.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% certain that this will all be on YouTube eventually.
Yeah, it will. I don't know if we were waiting for both parts before we uploaded it. So, but part 1 is still here on the VOD here for sure for subs. So,
yep.
And we got a couple of resubs and new subs today during the chat as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. I guess,
right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
We will see you again real soon.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh, one more thing before we leave. Make sure you're here at 8 p.m. for Pirates of Bloodwater. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be sad. Bring tissue. All right. See you later.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.